With a $400 million net worth, $4.5 billion stolen, and $36 billion fortunes at stake, these billionaires once lived lavish lifestyles. Their time in prison, however, revealed a stark contrast. Let's dive into the luxurious lives of billionaires behind bars. 10. Conrad Black. Conrad Black, a publishing giant, saw his empire crumble under the weight of legal battles and corporate secrets. Born in 1944 in Montreal, Canada, Black became one of the most powerful media moguls, controlling prestigious newspapers like the Daily Telegraph in the UK, the Chicago Sun-Times in the US, and the Jerusalem Post in Israel. At his peak, Black's net worth was around $3 billion. He lived in opulence, owning a grand mansion, fine cars, and relishing the trappings of wealth. In 2007, Black's career unraveled when he was convicted of mail fraud and obstruction of justice related to the sale of his media empire's assets. Sentenced to 42 months in a U.S. federal prison, Black's incarceration was not as grim as one might expect. He enjoyed privileges such as a private cell and spent his time productively. Black wrote books and articles, taught history and politics to fellow inmates, and even learned to play the piano. Black served 29 months before being released in 2012. In 2019, he received a presidential pardon from Donald Trump. Though his net worth now stands at $80 million, a far cry from his earlier wealth, Black has managed to maintain a sense of normalcy post-prison. 9. Jho Low. The tale of Jho Low, a Malaysian financier, is one of luxury and scandal. Born in 1981 into a wealthy family, Low attended prestigious schools such as Harrow and the Wharton School. In 2009, Low played a key role in establishing the One Malaysia Development Berhad, 1MDB, a fund intended to boost Malaysia's economy. However, between 2009 and 2015, $4.5 billion was siphoned off, with Low at the center of the scheme. Low used the stolen money to fund a lifestyle of unimaginable luxury, purchasing properties in New York and Los Angeles, rare art pieces, yachts, and private jets. He even financed the Wolf of Wall Street movie and threw lavish parties attended by celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio. Despite the opulence, the law caught up with Low. Charged with money laundering and bribery, he fled and remains a fugitive, allegedly hiding in China. In 2019, he forfeited $700 million in assets, including high-end properties and art. His story remains a cautionary tale of excess and betrayal. 8. Carlos Ghosn. Carlos Ghosn, the man credited with saving Nissan, became infamous for his dramatic fall from grace and audacious escape. Born in Brazil in 1954, Ghosn's rise in the automotive industry was meteoric. By 1999, he was Nissan's CEO, transforming the company from financial ruin to success. Ghosn's net worth once stood at $120 million, and he lived in luxury with homes in Paris, Tokyo, and Rio de Janeiro. In 2018, Ghosn was arrested in Japan for financial misconduct, including underreporting his income and misusing company funds. His life in a Japanese prison was starkly different from his former lifestyle. Kept under constant surveillance, he endured strict conditions with limited visitors and communication. In December 2019, Ghosn orchestrated a daring escape. Smuggled out of Japan in a music equipment box, he fled to Lebanon, which lacks an extradition treaty with Japan. Though Ghosn continues to face legal battles, his wealth and influence remain significant. 7. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein's luxurious life and dark secrets shocked the world. Born in 1953, Epstein rose from a teacher to a financier managing the wealth of the world's elite. With a net worth of $560 million, Epstein owned a private island, a Manhattan mansion, and other high-end properties. Arrested in July 2019 on sex trafficking charges, Epstein was held at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, MCC, in New York City. Even in prison, he enjoyed privileges uncommon for most inmates. Epstein had a private cell, access to commissary items, and frequent visitors. Just 2 days before his death, he purchased a radio and headphones. In August 2019, Epstein was found dead in his cell. Officially ruled a suicide, his death fueled conspiracy theories about powerful individuals silencing him. Epstein's case continues to raise questions about justice for the rich and powerful. 6. Raj Rajaratnam. Sri Lankan-born Raj Rajaratnam founded the Galleon Group, a hedge fund managing $7 billion. At the height of his career, His net worth was in the hundreds of millions, and he owned a $50 million Manhattan townhouse. In 2011, Rajaratnam was convicted of insider trading, receiving an 11-year sentence, the longest for such a crime. He served time at the Federal Medical Center, Devons, where he reportedly enjoyed better conditions than most inmates. Allowed phone calls, visitors, and access to business dealings, Rajaratnam's prison life contrasted with the harsh realities faced by others. Released in 2019, Rajaratnam's story highlights how wealth can soften the impact of justice. 5. Boris Berezovsky. Boris Berezovsky, a Russian oligarch, epitomized the rise and fall of extreme wealth. Born in 1946, Berezovsky capitalized on post-Soviet privatization, amassing a $3 billion fortune. He owned bulletproof mansions, private jets, and a collection of luxury cars. After falling out with Vladimir Putin, Berezovsky fled Russia in 2000, seeking asylum in the UK. Accused of fraud and embezzlement, his wealth dwindled, and by 2013, he was financially ruined. Berezovsky was found dead in his Ascot home, with his death officially ruled a suicide. However, speculation of foul play lingers. 4. Mikhail Khodorkovsky. Once Russia's richest man, Mikhail Khodorkovsky owned Yukos Oil and had a net worth of $15 billion. Arrested in 2003 on charges of fraud and tax evasion, many believed his imprisonment was politically motivated due to his opposition to Putin. Khodorkovsky endured harsh conditions in remote Siberian prisons. Despite this, he stayed active, writing and advocating for civil rights. Released in 2013, his net worth had dwindled to $100 million, but he remained a vocal activist against Russian authoritarianism. 3. Al-Walid bin Talal. A Saudi billionaire from the royal family, Al-Walid bin Talal's net worth exceeds $17 billion. In 2017, he was detained in an anti-corruption campaign led by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. However, his prison was the luxurious Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Riyadh. Confined to a private suite with access to gourmet meals and luxury amenities, Al-Walid's detention resembled a five-star retreat. Released in 2018 after a financial settlement, he resumed his role as a major player in global finance. 2. Ike Batista. Brazilian magnate Ike Batista once had a net worth of $35 billion, owning companies in mining, oil, and gas. His empire crumbled in 2013, and by 2015, he was deeply in debt. Convicted of bribery and insider trading, Batista was sentenced to 30 years but served under house arrest in a luxury mansion. Though confined, Batista maintained a degree of comfort and continued to communicate with his business network. His fall from grace is one of the most dramatic in financial history. 1. Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff orchestrated the largest Ponzi scheme in history, defrauding investors of $17 billion. Once a trusted financier, Madoff lived in luxury before his 2008 arrest. Sentenced to 150 years, Madoff's prison life was far from luxurious, but his case remains a testament to the consequences of unchecked greed.